Hi everybody, this is day one of the Carefree Advanced Workshop with Dr. Joe Dispenza, and the theme is, you can see the logo, and yes, so we have to wake up tomorrow and be in the class at 6 o'clock, 5:30, so my alarm will go off 4:45, so it's a bit, and it's already 11 p.m. right now, so I'm gonna shoot a very quick video so that I record this for the future for myself so that I can remind myself how this event has impacted me. So, what is becoming supernatural? In one of the last chapters of his book, You Are the Placebo, he says, but how do you and I become supernatural? We have to begin to do what's unnatural, that is, to give in the midst of crisis, when everyone is feeling lack and poverty, to love when everyone is angry and judging others, to demonstrate courage and peace when everyone else is in fear, to show kindness when others are displaying hostility and aggression, to surrender to possibility when the rest of the world is aggressively pushing to be first, trying to control outcomes, and fiercely competing in an endless drive to get to the top, to knowingly smile in the face of adversity, and to cultivate the feeling of wholeness when we're diagnosed as sick. It seems so unnatural to make these types of choices in the midst of such conditions, but if we repeatedly succeed in time, we will transcend the norm, and we too become supernatural. And most important, by your being supernatural, you give others permission to do the same. Mirror neurons fire when we observe someone else performing an action. Our neurons mirror the neurons of that other person, as though we were performing the same action. It's my hope that after reading this book, you'll realize that the ultimate belief is the belief in yourself and in the field of infinite possibilities. And when you merge the belief in yourself as a subjective consciousness with your belief in an objective consciousness, then you are balancing intention and surrender. It's tricky though. If you overintend, that's called trying, you'll get in your own way and always fall short of your vision. If you oversurrender, you'll become too lazy, apathetic, and uninspired. But if you combine a clear intention with an uncompromising trust in possibility, then you'll step into the unknown, and that's when the supernatural starts to unfold. I think that you and I are at our best when we're in this state of being. When these two states merge, I believe that we drink from a deeper well. And when wholeness, self-satisfaction, and self-love truly come from within, because you've ventured beyond what you believed was possible, and you overcame your own self-imposed limitation, that's when the uncommon occurs. To be happy with yourself in the present moment while maintaining a dream of your future is a grand recipe for manifestation. When you feel so whole that you no longer care whether it will happen, that's when amazing things materialize before your eyes. That's all the air conditioning here. I've learned that being whole is the perfect state of creation. I've seen this time and time again in witnessing true healings in people all over the world. They feel so complete that they no longer want, no longer feel lack, and no longer try to do it themselves. They let go, and to their amazement, something greater than they are responds, and they laugh at the simplicity of the process. So basically, what I think Dr. Joe Dispenza is going to be known for is to create a model where people understand scientifically how we can actually understand the nature of the mind and its interactions with our body and our habits and the way we can break through these habits which we identify with, how we can neurologically and biochemically actually alter our states of being by strategically and purposefully breaking the habits of ourself. And so he goes in depth in that. But when you've done all his meditations and you come to one of his advanced workshops, what you'll learn here is to actually take it a step up. And what that means is you're going to explore the nature of what we cannot even fathom, and that is the nature of being an infinite being or an interdimensional being. And so he talks a lot about, operating, being in a place beyond space, beyond time, and beyond identity. And he talks a lot about us getting beyond ourself. And what that means is that we break the bond of whatever we identify with. And that is, of course, our gender, our name, our experiences, our body, and what we believe is time, what we believe is space, and what we believe is reality. And what he has seen, or time and time again has proven now with his team, is that when people start to get beyond themselves, and they can measure this with brain scans, they can measure this with equipment that measures how coherent somebody is and how much peace and love and acceptance they're feeling. When people get into those states, they experience altered states of being, and these altered states of being then allow them to do the supernatural, and that is sometimes heal themselves, heal others, but also see more than what we would be able to perceive with the five senses. And so when that happens, we start to relate differently to what we believe is reality, because at that point in time, when you have gone beyond yourself and you are connecting more with the greater aspects of yourself, and which means that you actually understand more of the limitations, but also the possibility of going beyond ourselves as a collective. When that happens and you are confronted with, let's say, arrogance or rejection, or with ignorance or anger or frustration from people around you, you're probably not as triggered by it anymore, because your attention is on something so much more important. And that could be, to realize the truth of your being and to know how we can get in our own way. And when you understand that and you've done the work yourself, you are no longer focusing on victimization or resentment or anger. And so he asked us, he challenged us, can you get beyond your story? Can you get beyond your victimization? Can you get beyond your resentment? Can you get beyond your pain? Can you get beyond your illness? Because if we cannot, we are using all of that energy to hold in place the energetic bonds with these aspects of identity. And this energy is not being released to actually create something from the unknown, something from a place where there is a healing, where there is forgiveness, where there is possibility to mend relationships or to create peace in the world, where there's none right now. So, and needless to say, that it's not going to be difficult. It's not going to be easy, because our body is identified with all these chains, all these addictions. We're triggered. Yes, I feel rejection. Yes, I feel anger. Yes, I want to, say something back that will hurt the other person. But if we're not going to be supernatural, who will take the first step? And so I'm willing to take that first step. I think I have demonstrated that time and time again. Right now, I just want to take the next step, and I'm with a group of a lot of people. I think it's 400 people or something. So the group energy is going to be outrageous. They have all these scientists in the back of the room measuring the energy of the room, measuring what's happening with us. And so it's going to be awesome. So I hope I can share a bit more tomorrow if I'm still alive. So, but thank you for listening and see you on the other side of the rabbit hole.